Traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a company review of a pretty cheap penny stock, Psyched Wellness. Now, I don't really focus on cannabis-based companies or psychedelics or anything like that, so it's going to be a brutal, honest truth of the company. I own 0 shares of this company, but I'm getting a lot of questions about MindMed and these other companies similar to this, so I wanted to target some really cheap ones and show you that this whole sector of the market is just absolutely getting wrecked. I want to show potential entry points and where I do see this market going, because there is going to be an upscale movement for them, but it's going to take some time, and that's something that people need to know right now. As usual, getting straight to the point, not going to waste too much time. Let's get to it. I'm getting a lot of questions about the psychedelic industry because people, they're trying to play that long shot. They're trying to play that home run hitting as Biden announces some of the legalization processes. And we're seeing a lot of companies move into Oregon, that specific state, because that's going to be the first state to legalize pretty much the recreational use of essentially everything. So that's something that there is something to be focused on. Now, I want to point this out, and this is one reason I'm talking about this, is because this company did just get eligibility for DTC, which is trading here in America. So they have potential to see a boom just because they're going to be now available on the OTC market. Ticker symbol PSYCF. That's going to be the ticker symbol, just so you know. And it's going to be a high risk play, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I own 0% of it. Again, I'm just making this video because I know people want me to cover some of these riskier type plays when it comes to pennies and give you my honest feedback and opinion. So as we look on these guys, so currently they're operating in Canada, and they're actually making progress and fulfilling the void that these psychedelics do actually fulfill, and why they should be legalized. They're doing the processes, they're doing the trials, the clinicals, and everything like that. So that's something you like to see. So they're trying to get the AME1 extract to be cleared for this gut health groundwork, if you will. So that's the thing that they're doing right now. This is the key step in the health and wellness studies of the AME, which lay the groundwork for the future preclinical research. So they are trying to expand and get more use cases in Canada as well. So it's important that they're doing this work. And if you're looking into these companies, I wouldn't be looking at something very fresh in the space, because when you're coming to America and once it gets legalized, you're going to want very quick turnover time. Your first to market's going to do very well. That's what we're seeing. Companies like Tilray, they'll shoot up to $75 and come plummeting back down. It's just stuff like that. So these are things you want to see it's going on. So they actually are making the necessary steps, as you can see right now. The other one they were working on was the Muscular. And this is actually the anti-inflammatory product that they are currently working on. They're working on this on February 4th. And this is, when it comes to therapeutics and why I'm not too big into them, and this would be considered a therapeutic, is because the time that it takes. Okay, this takes quite a bit of time. So they were working with it. These are the early results and are very encouraging for a scientific and health standpoint to demonstrate the AME1 has no underlying dangerous triggering prospective response, right? So that's important, right? And then you go further out and you can see, all the way till March, now they're in preclinicals, and then now, and we're in April 14th, and they're just now getting to these points. So I'm gonna focus on the chart here, because that's the real point we need to focus on, is because there's so much more room to come down. And honestly, they all the charts look the same. MindMed, every one of these psychedelics. So if you're looking at any of these, I don't know if I per se like this one, PSYCF. I'm not a huge fan. I personally like MindMed a little bit more. I think MindMed has a lot more going for it. I think they have a lot more upscaled room. I thought they're a better name brand. I think people know them more. And when you're coming to this industry, you're going to want something that PSYCF, they're doing well. They have room to grow. But these are really going to be shots in the dark when you're coming to it, and that's just what I want to emphasize when it's coming down to this. So I do want to point out over here, you can actually see their finances. They look terrible. These are awful. Just all their numbers are, they're losing money. They're not cash flow positive. They just don't look that good. Debt's okay. They're not what you really want as a long-term growth type company. Now, what I want to point out is going to be the actual chart. So you can see, obviously, we had that big run with all psychedelics and weed going on in February, and then we just, tanked, right? We just steadily just got beat up, and we're coming down. It's looking like we're getting a little bit of consolidation and pinching going on, like that might consider some upside, but in my opinion, I think we're going to come down to this 10-cent range about here. Now, I want to point out MindMed's chart. This is, the really big one that I want to point out. This is the name brand everyone's talking about, right? The chart looks better. Don't get me wrong, it does look better. We've had that run from 43-cent stock all the way up to $5, and now it's just getting killed, right? It's going to come down further as well. It's going to come down to about $2.20. But what you're looking at with what you're looking at with Psyched Wellness is you could potentially catch that play that runs to the next $3, the $5 stock. That's what you're trying to play here, because ultimately they're all in these trial phases. They're all getting working products. They're trying to be that guy when it comes to America. So these are points that you need to focus on and you need to be looking at. But it's ultimately what's your risk tolerance when it comes to these. Honestly, me personally, my portfolio has none of these type of plays in it. I'm just covering this for you, the viewer, because I have so many questions, like I said, when it comes back down to these psychedelics and the place that they'll have in the market. Will they have a place? Yes, but it's going to be quick, in my opinion, a one and done, a pump, then a dump. That's my personal opinion when it comes to these stocks. All right, traders, that's going to wrap up the video. When it comes to this stock, personally, I'm giving them about a 2.5, 3 out of 10. They're not high on my list. But that comes to the whole industry. It's not just them. When it comes to MindMed and all these other guys, do they have potential to run? Yes, but you're playing them for all the wrong reasons. You're not really investing. You're playing for that quick slingshot, the shotgun play, quick doubling your money, right? Maybe 5-10xing your money, because this stock, it's at 20 cents, and I suspect it's going to come down to 10. So that's what you're playing when you're coming to these stocks. You can look at some more information down below on these guys. They have some potential. I'm not going to lie, they have potential, but for me, it's just not a long-term growth for me, and it just doesn't make sense to add this to the portfolio. And if you have any questions regarding this company, ask down below. I'll try to answer as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Have a good one, traders. Namaste.